Yeah, good evening, ladies. It's so good to be here once again, and I'm super excited to be doing this with us again. Trust me, you're going to learn a whole lot tonight, and it's going to really help you. This is our year of giant strides. We're going to be taking so much steps this year, and we're going to be doing so much for God and for our generation here. So I'm so excited about this next teaching, and I really want to beg you to maximize it. Maximize this as much as you can. 2025 is not going to change anything if you do not change. 2025 is not going to erode everything if you do not change. So this year needs you to not just invest in knowledge and also take massive actions. Like I said earlier, nothing is going to change if you don't change. Nothing is going to change if you are not ready to put in the work. And by putting in the work, if you're here now, you are taking a huge step by joining here to add to your knowledge, and then you're going to now take it a step further when you put in the work. So yes, we're going to be talking about purpose and productivity, 7 proven strategies to maximize your purpose and stay productive in the year 2025. Once again, I'm so excited to have you here. If you're just joining, can you type your name and where you're bringing from in the comment section? And you might want to share to others too, so they can be a part of what you're doing here. Trust me, it's gonna be really amazing, and you're gonna learn a whole lot. These are 7 key steps I'm willing to engage this year, and I'm sure that I'm definitely gonna come back to tell you guys about my results. Don't joke with it. You are really gonna learn from this. Trust me, you're really gonna learn from this. So yeah, so I'm gonna start by the topic of purpose. I'm sure that you have heard a lot of things about purpose. So purpose is your passion. Purpose is what you are good at. I've come with a new dimension, right? Maybe you're not just saying it for the first time, but then I'm just going to be debunking a few things. So we have heard in the longest time possible that purpose is your passion. Purpose is what you like to do. Purpose has been given a lot of things that has been passed down to from generation to generation. While I am not disputing the fact that purpose can be in connection to your passion, connected to what you like, connected in connection to what you detest, what you hate, and what you like to change. I'm not completely eroding the fact that your purpose can be in connection to those things. But then I'm just going to tell you point blank that purpose is the revelation of what God would have you do part time and per season. Honestly, purpose is what God will have you do part time and per season. And I would like to say this for my fellow Christians here: you are created on earth to please God. You are created on earth to glorify God. And then when I say that purpose is a revelation of what God will have you do part time and per season, some people are thinking like, oh, all these religious people again. How do I hear God? How do I know what you want me to do? How do I know what God will have you do? How do you like it's like a lot? Make you know my purpose. Because people has this idea of God. People has this ideology of who God is, and it's not so deep, right? It's not so deep, but it's actually deep. I'm not trying to commonize Christianity or commonize the relationship with God, but I'm just trying to tell you that God wants to speak to you and is ready to speak to you, and He has been speaking to you if only you are willing to listen. But the point is that the Bible says that God helps us to will and to do. God helps us to will and to do. Samson, your voice is. So yes, I'm so sorry for that, for the little interruption. So purpose is what God will have you do part time and part season, and then it's not so difficult. The Bible says God helps you to will and to do. That is, even in your desires, God is speaking to you, right? Even in your desires, even in the things you naturally love to do, even God is speaking to you, right? God is speaking to you. I do not joke with that scripture that says that it helps me to will and to do. So when I say that purpose is not just your passion, purpose is not just what you like, purpose is not just what you detest, purpose is what God will have you do. It's revelation of what God will have you do part time and part season. I don't want to think that I'm just going to have to go and sit down in Abdullam trying to hear God's voice. No, it is in your desires, and it is being measured by how much it will glorify God, right? How will this thing glorify God? How will this thing bless God? How is God reflected in this? And you can measure purpose. You can measure if you are doing the right thing by what is it in alignment with the word of God? Is it in alignment with what the Bible preaches? Is it in alignment with what your values are? Is it this in alignment with your belief system? It's just more like me, somebody comes to say, oh, my purpose is to act, is to be a prostitute, or my purpose is to, it must reflect God in some way. And then it's not just about it reflecting God, it is more than that actually. But I don't want to delve really into that. But let me just leave you with the fact that your purpose must reflect God. Your purpose must reflect God. What will God have you do this time? What will God have you do this season? So I'm going to emphasize the fact that a relationship with God is not negotiable. If you really want to work in purpose and not just ambition, if you really want to work in purpose and not just career, if you really want to purpose and not just choices, if you really want to purpose and not just your desires, if you really want to work in purpose and not just your passions, your purpose must revolve around God. It must reflect God. It must glorify God. It must make God happy. It must edify people. Your purpose must build people. Your purpose must impact others. Your purpose must bless people. Do you understand? So that's how to measure your purpose. But above all, your purpose is what God would have you do part time and per season. That is why a relationship with God is non negotiable. And then God speaks to you in the seemingly little things. In the seemingly little things. So it's not something very, very ambiguous that okay, you have to go and stay, do like 40 days. I'm not against consecration. As a matter of fact, the level to which you be used by God is dependent on how consecrated you are. However, God can speak to you in the little things. Do you understand? So your purpose is what God will have with you part time and per season. So I'm just going to delve directly into how to stay productive in whatever it is you are doing at the moment, how to stay productive. And I like to balance the topic of purpose, right? But I don't want to delve so much in that, as I want to believe that we're already doing one thing or the other, and then we're already like making God proud and probably most likely glorifying God, whatever we are doing. So I want to just endear you. I just that particular thing I said, the particular statement of purpose is the revelation of what God will have you do part time and per season. It's just to keep you in check, just to make sure that you are in alignment with what God will have you do. You are constantly communicating with God. You have a working relationship with God, not a stay relationship, not a church goer. You have a working relationship with God whereby you are talking to Him. You're constantly asking Him of His will. You're constantly asking God for His will in your life. He's definitely going to direct you. He's going to guide you in some way, honestly. So it's not so far fetched. God is going to guide you in some way. If you're intentionally working with Him, He's going to really, really guide you in some way. So yes, I want to believe that you'll get what I'm trying to say. So have a working relationship with God. So how do you stay productive in the year 2025? Let's delve right into it. So I'm just going to give you 7 proven strategies on how to stay productive in the year 2025. And it's not so far-fetched, right? The first is emotional resilience. Emotional resilience. Honestly, nobody's going to do what you have to do for you. Nobody's going to do what you have to do for you. It's just that somebody that wants to quit addiction, maybe you want to stop masturbating, you want to stop watching pornography, and then you're just there, you're not doing anything about it, you're not, or you or even if you got a mentor or someone that's going to help you, like teach you practical ways to break out of those addiction, but you just got the person and then you spoke to the person, you didn't do anything about what they said. Nothing is going to change if you don't change. Nothing is going to change if you don't take actions. Nothing is going to change. So you need to build emotional resilience that I am in charge of my life. I am on the driver's seat. You are in charge of the outcomes of your life. Let's imagine that you're even a parent that has been boxing you around or that are still boxing you around. I want you to know that they have lived their lives. I'm not teaching you to rebel against your parent, but you need to start taking responsibilities for your life. Start taking responsibility for your life. You are in charge. You are in charge of your life. You're on the driver's seat. You need to build this emotional resilience. You need to understand that no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to do for you what you are supposed to do for yourself. No one is coming to do for you what you should do for yourself. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. You need to you need to intentionally tell yourself that no matter how tough it gets, no matter how rough it gets, I'm going to keep going. No matter how tough it gets, I'm going to keep making progress. No matter how tough it gets, I'm going to show up, right? I'm going to show you. We need to intentionally build this resilience in yourself that I will not get this. I am in this. I am here to stay. And even if you failed at some point, like you stop probably showing up, you stop probably doing a few things at some point, you can still get back again. You can still get back again. You can still get back again. Bible says that righteous will fall 7 times. Righteous will fall and rise 7 times. I think. I hope I'm correct. But yeah, so you can still get back again. So you need to build emotional resilience. You need to be intentional about what you are doing and tell yourself that I am in charge of my life. Victoria, you are in charge of your life. Victoria, you are on the driver's seat. So you need to understand that that alone is going to get you going. That nobody's coming to save me. Nobody's coming to do this for me. Nobody's coming to fulfill this for me. That future I desire, nobody's coming to jump to skip process and protocols that just take me there. So you need to intentionally put in the work if you really want to see a change. So the second tip I have here is to invest in knowledge. Honestly, be intelligent. Nobody can just push away an intelligent person. Nobody can just push away a value-based person, someone that is valuable, invaluable, right? You need to be intelligent. You need to invest, stuff up your mind with knowledge. You need to don't joke with knowledge. Honestly, knowledge is what sets you apart. Knowledge is what differentiates you from who you were and who you are now. Right? So knowledge is something that you shouldn't joke with. Invest knowledge, be intelligent. There's a lady I follow online. Her name is Precious Origi. If you know her, she will always post that be dangerously good. Be so good that nobody can neglect you. Be so good that nobody can do away with you. Be so good that nobody can just like push you aside. Be so good that nobody can push you aside. Be dangerously good. Honestly, don't joke in knowledge. If you really want to stand out, if you don't want to be part of the mediocres that are just there, do not joke with knowledge. I beg you. I beg you. Your 2025 is going to be productive to the degree to which you know. Now there's some things that you don't know. If you don't know them, you will not do them. Right? I joined an online boot camp 2 days ago, and then I learned so much that I'm willing to implement this year, and I'm not going to joke with it, right? There's some things that I wouldn't have done or I wouldn't even think of doing if I didn't join that boot camp, right? It's just the way that if you don't invest in knowledge, if you don't know some things, you wouldn't do some things, right? Do you get so knowledge sets you apart, knowledge sets you up for greatness. Knowledge value is something that you shouldn't joke with. So yeah, the first one I said, build emotional intelligence. Secondly, do not joke with knowledge. That thing that you want to do, put your idea. My mentor always say, if you have an idea, put your idea. That thing I want to do, put your idea. Get knowledge about it. Be dangerously good that nobody can let go of. Even if you have low camera, you have your phone is not about, you're not so rich at the moment. Just the fact that you have knowledge in your mind, people can take all of the things you have from you, they cannot take your knowledge from you. So do not joke with knowledge. Another thing I want to tell you is don't give in to fear. Don't give it to fear, especially when it's looking as if your results are not providing what your your efforts are not yielding the same results. They're not bringing back the right dividends. Do not allow the devil to take charge of you. Do not allow the devil to start to speak to you, or people start to tell you that, oh, your efforts are just wasting your time. Nobody's going to listen to you. Nobody's going to come to you. Your little actions count. Take that imperfect actions. Make that mistake. Honestly, this thing is looking like motivation, but it's just what you need for your life. Honestly, I'm not even joking. Don't give it to fear. Fear can be a lot. I remember that there was a time I used to like feel like, oh, what will people say. My first live session, I was not looking at the camera. I literally covered my eyes with my hand. That was how shy I was. It was very bad. It was really bad. My first live session. So I did it afraid, but I did it anyway. And here I am, focused on the camera, looking at whoever wants to listen to me, and I can only get better. So fear is just a thing of the mind. Fear is a crazy thing you don't give into. Do not give into fear. This year, we do it afraid. Do not give into fear. Do not give into fear. Do not. Honestly, I can almost tell you that you can only make progress. You can only make progress. Take those imperfect actions. Oh, you're not sure, take the actions anyway. Make those mistakes. I know, like I said earlier, it's looking like motivation, but that's just the way to move forward. Fail forward. Fail forward. It's better for you to do and fail than to not do at all. Right? That's not do at all. Like I said, I will say that again. When I started my live sessions, the first live sessions, I turned on my camera and I covered my face. That was how shy I was. And here I am staring into my camera, looking at whoever it is wants to listen to me. Do you understand? So you can only make progress. You can only make progress. Don't give in to fear. So I said build emotional intelligence. I said invest in knowledge. Be dangerously good. Be dangerously intelligent. Invest in knowledge concerning that thing that you are doing. Then I said don't give in to fear. Then the next one I have is build opportunities. Build. No, build, right? Don't build opportunities. Build. Opportunities follows builders. Create something. Create something. This is one of the it looks cheap, but it's the most expensive advice you get is here. That thing you are doing, create something. You may want to write a book, you want to write an ebook, you want to when people come to you, how do you connect with them? The fact that you already created something is a proof that okay, this person is making progress, this person is someone I can respect, this person has so much value that they like just the fact that you have created something gives you a higher leverage to connect with people, give people a better perception of who you are. Do you understand? So create something, create a course, an offer, whatever it is, just create something. That thing that you are doing, create something around it. Create, don't just be a consumer, create something. That is how to be productive this year. That is how to stand out this year. That is how to do things differently this year. Create something. So don't just be a consumer. Create whatever it is. It could be a book, it could be an offer, it could be a course, an ebook, a guide, whatever it is. Just make sure that you create something. That is one of the things that will set you apart this year and make you understand that I'm actually making progress. It seems like a lot, but just start, come up with something and then create it. Put in your all, give it your best, and you're going to see how much result is going to bring you. So create something. I'm charging you listening to me now to create something this year. So the next one I have is position well. Position yourself well. Position yourself well. So this whole talk about branding is not a fluke, right? Branding is something I shouldn't joke with. I don't know if you have known, you should have known by this time that branding is something people you don't joke with. Branding is how people perceive you. There's some people that you cannot patronize because you have a perception of them. And there's some people that you will really want to patronize because you feel like, oh, this is a person because they branded themselves, they've been able to sell themselves to you, and you just feel like, oh, is that I patronize this person or not? So they'll be able to sell themselves to you, and that's what branding does. So brand yourself. Pay attention to how you speak, how you talk. Pay attention to your character. Branding is more than just the aesthetic of social media. If you do a lot of aesthetic and you don't have good behavior, they are going to still like send people away. So the point is, as much as branding is who you are, right? Not just what you put out for people to see, but as much as what you put out for people to see is important. Also build character. Do you understand? So position yourself, and I'm going to include that be findable. Put yourself on platforms they can find you. Create something on YouTube. Create some things places that platforms that people cannot really take from you. So you might want to try YouTube. Post videos on YouTube. Post videos on different platforms. If people search your name on Google, can they find you? So be findable. Be findable. It's just like somebody winking. Let's imagine that I don't want to experiment this, right? Let's imagine I turn off my lights and I'm winking. Did anybody see me? Don't wink in the dark this year. Don't wink in the dark. Don't wink in the dark. Put yourself out there. Be findable. So each platform people can find you. Position yourself well and level up. Learn more about branding tips and all, and then just do it. Just do it. You're going to be grateful for it. So the next one I have here is to show up differently. Show up differently. Show up differently. Yoruba will say, I don't know if you're not Yoruba here, just pardon me. Yoruba will say, "Jẹ́ ká ṣe bó ṣe ń ṣe, kó ba lè rí, bí ti ń rí." This year, if you share what share, it will read the way everybody has been reading it. I'm sorry about that. So it says that do it the way everyone is doing it so that you get the result everyone is getting. But if you want to do it the way everybody is doing it, you keep getting the average or normal result everybody is getting. So I want to charge you to show up differently. Show up like an elegant lady, show up like an elegant woman, show up like a boss woman, show up like you know what you're doing. And one of the things that is going to help you to show up differently this year is how much knowledge you have infused in your mind. That is why I'm telling you that do not joke with knowledge. Knowledge boost your confidence, knowledge boost your self-esteem. I always tell people as much as you can, don't joke with knowledge. And knowledge is not just what you learn on social media or books that you read. Knowledge also comes from self-reflection. Think, why is this like this? How can I do this differently? I mean personally, I like to challenge everything that everybody's posting, right? I'm not criticizing, right? I'm just saying, okay, why is this person posting this? Why is it like maybe somebody talk about a desperate lady going to a relationship? I want to like rethink. So self reflection is one of the things that helps me come up with new knowledge and that sets me apart sometimes. I can post something unconventional and it's just like I read it somewhere. It probably came from self reflection. So self reflection is something that you should also engage. So show up differently, and one of the ways that you can show up differently this year is by investing in knowledge. Be dangerously good that you do not even want to hide yourself. When you are very very intelligent, when you have invested so much knowledge in yourself, especially concerning the area, concerning your niche or whatever it is you are doing, it gives you so much confidence that you naturally want to show up. Do you get? So show up differently this year. Don't just do the same thing you have been doing. You want to get different results, you have to do different things. You have to do things differently. You have to do things with more energy. You have to do things excellently. I'm not saying that you have to now start saving for a MacBook or a very expensive camera in millions. I'm just saying that just level up, just move in a way from what you were doing before. Just do something different. Just do something different. Don't let it just be the normal arcade way you have been doing it before. I hope you get that. So show up differently this year and you are definitely going to see results. So another thing I want to tell you here is to engage excellence. So as much as I'm saying that you should show up differently, you don't have to have the most expensive gadgets, right? To get to get your work done. but then you have still put in excellence as much as you can. Probably you have been using a very bad light lighting for your videos before. You want to add a little, you want to add a better light, or you want to level up on your phone, or whatever it is that you have been doing before. Just level up, just level up. Excellence is not gotten attained in a day, especially if you are just a you're just upcoming, right? So excellence is not, you don't just get to the top in a day. There's process, right? But in as much as we know that there's process, strive for excellence. Go for excellence. Level up in any way that you can. If it's your dressing, if it's how you look, if it's how you talk. I have a book where I write new words. I write new words, and I try to like inculcate them. I try to practice them per day and even in my sentences, right? So go for excellence, and it's not far fetched. You go for excellence by leveling up in every area of your life. Pay attention to it and just make progress per day. The next one I have here is overperform. Recommendable. Recommendable. When over just outdo yourself. I posted some weeks ago that my goal for 2025 is to outdo myself, and I'm going to really outdo myself. You never see me coming, right? You never see me coming. There's a song that you never see me coming. I don't even know that song, but yeah, you are outdo yourself this year. Outdo yourself, and you'll be grateful for it. You'll be grateful for it. If you want greater results, you have to do greater things. You have to put in more energy. You have to put in more work. So when people in the little things that you're doing, the little thing that you're doing now, overperform. Do so much that people cannot just let go of you. They cannot just like leave you. They can recommend you. Yeah, that's the right word. Do a lot, overperform, under deliver but overperform. When you overperform, even in the little things that you're doing, people will recommend you. When you do well, even in the things that you're doing, people will recommend you. So to that thing that you're doing, how faithful it is. How faithful it is. My mentor always say you don't need so much when you have not made use when have you not make use of the little that you have. When you have not make use of the most that you have. You don't need more. Even God will not, I don't think God will give you more if you have not made if you are yet to make use of the little that you have. Look at the story of the men with the talent in the scripture. So it's just like that. So yeah, so in the little things that you are doing, in that niche that you are, overperform. Let people be able to recommend you. Make people recommend you by your output, by your outstanding output. So put in your best this year. Put in your best this year. That result that you desire is not just going to jump at you. It's going to jump at a an intentional you, right? A you that is willing to put in the work, a you that is willing to show up differently, a you that is willing to be emotionally resilient, a you that is willing to invest in knowledge, a you that is willing to be disciplined, a you that is willing to be consistent, right? It's not going to jump at you. It's going to jump at the intentional you that is willing to put in the work. And lastly, I have be consistent. I've just mentioned it. Be consistent. This year, be consistent. Be consistent. I'm going to be having a program that's going to be commencing soon this year, the Rise program, and then we're going to be harnessing all our potentials. We're going to be putting so much work into our growth this year. We're going to be coming out really, really productive this year. I attended a boot camp 2 days ago, and I can say that that's like the best event I have attended in the last few years. And I'm so fired up for the year. I am really, really fired up for the year. Don't joke with this year. Don't joke with this year. Don't joke with this year. And if you'd like to be a part of the REST program, you can just type I am interested in the RISE program in the, or just type the RISE program in the comment section, and I'm going to respond to you, and we're going to kick off from there. So yeah, so I'm just going to run through the seven strategies to be productive this year. So firstly, I said that purpose is a revelation of what God will have you do per time and per season, and how to stay productive this year. I said build emotional resilience, invest in knowledge, don't give in to fear. Fear is a thing of the mind. Do not give in to fear. Take imperfect actions, make mistakes, but make sure you are making progress. The next, I said build, create. Opportunities come to those that create. You don't know how much people are willing to drink from you. It's because you are underrating yourself. And if you do not rate yourself, nobody's going to rate you. Honestly, there was a time I was feeling like after I'm not really beautiful. I'm not beautiful. And I just feel like, oh, it really affected a lot. And I started telling myself at a point that Victoria, you are very, very beautiful. You are really, really beautiful. I mean, people look at me and they feel like, oh my god, I wish I'm as beautiful as this girl. And me, I'm there feeling like I'm not beautiful. Do you get? So people even believe in you more than yourself, right? People believe in you more than yourself. May it not be that people believe in you more than yourself. So the point is build this year. This year, create, write a book, write an ebook, Just do something. Do something. Opportunity, you attract so much opportunities when you create. So don't just stay consuming everything that everybody's doing and be clapping for people. Do something. You have uniqueness in you. Don't underrate yourself. Don't look at yourself less place like your mentor used to say. So yes, if you have not typed your name in the comment section, can you do that now? If you're just joining, can you type your name or you're viewing from the comment section? So I also said that position well this year. Position yourself well. Show up beautiful. Show up elegant. Show up intelligent. Show up smart. And I also said that you should be findable. Put, post your videos, post, let people recognize, let people see your face, let people interact with you. When people type your name on social media, let it bring out this place, let your name be at the top. And how you can actually do that is by showing up consistently, and then creating places that people can easily find you. People can easily find you. They can type your name on YouTube and then it's going to bring out your name, and just do something out of the box, right? So I also said that show up differently. Yes, show up differently. Those things that you have been doing in the previous year, level up a little bit. If you're using one ring light for your videos, use two ring lights. If you're using a low camera, work towards getting better camera. If you need to buy new clothes, just level up. Just let people can see these things honestly, and then perception is very very key. I'm not saying that you should not like overdo yourself and then it's to the detriment of yourself. I'm just saying that just level up. Just level up. So show up differently this year, and also talk about engaging excellence. Like I said, excellence is not just you jumping to the peak and just overdoing yourself. Maybe you want to like buy a 1 million naira camera. What I'm saying is that just move a little bit from or more or better from the things I've been doing before. Do it better, right? Do it better. My videos don't used to be as clear as this, but I worked on it, and then here we are, and I can only get better. Yeah, so I'm also saying that. So I also say that overperform in that thing that you're doing. Overperform. Study so much that when little opportunities come to you, outdo yourself, right? Outdo yourself, overperform, make people let people be able to recommend you. Sometimes we're the one that we're doing ourselves, we're the one that is hindering our progress. May you not be heard that you're the one hindering your progress. So overperform, that is the thing you are doing, be diligent and then do so much that people can recommend you. Oh, I know somebody, and there you go. You are up for better opportunities and you can even get bigger opportunities from there. And lastly, I said be consistent. You can predict your results when you are consistent. You can predict what will happen in your life when you are consistent. Be consistent. As much as you can. Be consistent. Always show up. Show up tired. Show up sick. Show up big. Always show up. Always show up. Lastly, I will tell you that you are in charge of your life. You're on the driver's seat of your life. No one's gonna do for you what you are supposed to do for yourself. No one is coming to save you. And I'll say again, if you like to join the RISE program to be intentional, to be it's aimed at helping you become the best woman, a balanced woman God has created you to be. We'll be cutting across productivity, spirituality, marriage, relationships, sex, parenting, everything that makes a woman. I'm also going to be talking about fashion and elegance. So you do not want to miss that particular program. So the rest program is meant for you. If you want to be a part of the rest program this year, you want to maximize all that God has invested and installed in you this year, can you type I am interested in the rice program, or just type the rice program in the comment section. Thanks so much for joining tonight, ladies. I am excited to have you join and even stay to the end. I love you so much, and I will see you again next Sunday. Have an amazing night rest. Bye.